Okay. Pakksinikimaan. Good morning. It is early in the AM, almost 7 o'clock now, but I've been up a couple hours. On Sunday, the 27th of August, 2023, in the lunar cycle, Pakksinikimaan, when the chokecherries ripen, and just finishing up my morning tea and getting ready to head out for walk and talk in the wilderness park. I'm excited to get out there this morning because the other day I received in the mail a new game cam. Fella from British Columbia took pity on me not having a game cam anymore and a trail cam, so he sent me one. And I immediately, powered it up, got batteries in there, and cleaned out the SD card and all of that, and brought it out to the site where I think there's either a mink or an otter coming out and feeding on crawdad. Or it might be his latrine and his shit's just all crawdad parts. I don't know what exactly is going on there, but something's going on there. Any case, I brought a package of sardines with me when I went, just as an offering to whoever it is. I'm sure if they like, crawdads, they'll like sardines. And so it's been out there, the camera now, for 2 nights. I'm probably going to leave it more. I know I'm going to leave it more. But I'm bringing an SD card with me so I can swap out, and I can bring the current one home and see what's gone on the last 2 nights. So anyway, I better get on the road. Got to go meet Carol and take a big walk in the wilderness park. Get the day rolling. The things I see on my way to work. Yeah, it is a morning for strange birds. Hopefully, the game cam's still there. Oh yes, not too many people come around here. My sardine offering is kind of still there. Might have been munched on by rodents or something. Looks like a little bit eaten. Probably not by whoever's made this. Alright, I'm going to take the SD card out of here, swap it out, and when we get home, we'll see what happened there. Just walking toward the mature forest, but here in the less mature forest, it looks like there's somebody living right up maybe even in this hollow here. But definitely coming around quite a bit. I'm guessing a porcupine. Hey, this is all matted down. It's not deer. Yeah, that's my guess. And he might even be living in here. Yeah, here's the big hornet nest that I plan to preserve come end of the season. Yeah, it's a nice looking nest, eh? Not a lot of activity this morning. But they can't be already. They must have just had a cold night. Well, all done at the Wilderness Park. It's probably closing in toward 11 o'clock now. I still got a lot of energy and it's not too hot yet. So I want to take advantage and get back out in the coulees right away. I just went home, drove home after the walk and talk, ditched my truck at the house, and now I'm in basically my backyard. I'm gonna go down this way, come up the adjacent coulee over there, what's called the Muff, and do a little berry picking. I brought my berry bucket. It's harvest time. I was thinking about it as we were walking along, me and Carol today. You know, missing out on, it's time to harvest the chokecherries now too, hey? See, here's some right here, but I can find bushes that are much more loaded. I rather enjoy walking these bike trails compared to the city trail because I got bare feet, and the dirt to me is far preferable on a bike trail, on a deer trail, you know, what have you. And when they put these big old wide rock trails in, yeah, I don't know, I guess the shoed people like them, but they're really an ecological disaster, you know, as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing in nature out here where you got this wide exposed area where like look at this road duster there, that grasshopper, hey, right exposed here so I could see him, whereas if he was in the natural environment I wouldn't be able to see him nearly as well. A lot of insects, I'm sure, get picked off trying to cross this trail if they're not winging it, you know. And it hurts my feet. So I rely on those bike trails. The next coulee over, I can go all the way up on dirt trail. I don't have to deal with any of this garbage, you know. But this one, you know, the city's made it, and people love it here. They love these stairs. They come out here, they get exercise and everything. The whole city loves coming out here. I see lots of Facebook posts, people posting their picture out here on the stairs and stuff, doing their hike, their workout. But to me, like I say, you know, it's just doesn't belong out here. You know, it's a disruption. It's a ripple in the force. Anyway,
a little bit more adventure, a little bit more hiking. Sorry, the wilderness park clips were just sporadic, abstract this and that, but me and Carol do a lot of talking when we're walking along, and she never feels comfortable really being on video or anything, so usually I don't even bother filming out there with us, but I thought I'd take a few clips today. Somebody left some kind of plaid something over there. I don't know, but it ain't mine, so I don't care. All right, let's get down here. Let's go down to the river. See, now this is what I'm talking about. Good berries. I'm gonna start making my way through the forest over to the storm canal. Gonna see what's going on over there, of course, before I head back up. But yeah, there's good berry bushes right in here, so I'm gonna stop here quick and pick some. Look at these ones right here by the canal. I'm gonna pop a bunch of these into my... These are probably, they gotta be our easiest berry to pick. Bullberry's probably second easiest if you know the right technique. But just as a by hand, you know, chokecherries are so easy to get in mass quantities pretty quick. When we go home, I'll show you the Blackfoot way of preparing these berries for food. Pretty quiet out here this morning, or this afternoon now, I guess. Must be closing in on noon. No sharp-shinned hawks, nothing along the water that I've seen other than some insects, which I should be trying to learn more of. I know a lot of the insects here, but I still got a ways to go. I did have a nice kind of insect collection that I'd made. One year I just went to town capturing and preserving insects, and I put them into collection boxes, you know, with the names and dates and all of that of each one, and I had like one box per lunar cycle, so that it was a phenological insect collection. You could see which insects were present during each moon. But that collection has disappeared from the house, so I'm assuming that Mahoney either took it, which would be bizarre, or she sold it, you know. But so be it. That was years ago when I did that, before we were transferred the beaver bundle, maybe even, and I wasn't practicing those ethics the same as I am now. Now I wouldn't just waste an insect's life just to make it part of my collection, you know. All right, I guess we'll head back toward the muff. All right, just going to be heading into the muff. Now I'm going to have to be careful and listen out for approaching bikes, because they come shooting down this trail when they come, and you got to be ready to dodge into the bush. Lots of honeysuckle berries. Unfortunately, they don't work well in the human digestive system. Yeah, the plants are really dry. Look at these chokecherries compared to down there. Just dry leaves, hardly any berries. Wasps. I wonder if there's a wasp nest in this area. There's a lot of wasp activity. There's still plenty of these imetohkatsi, the dog foot or dog toe really is what it's referring to in Blackfoot, because this berry has a kind of a texture on it that's kind of reminiscent of a dog's pad, their toe. Very seedy berry, but the skin, the fruit comes off of the seed real easy, and it's good tasting, so definitely pick some of those along the way here. Oh man, I can't wait till I'm back in condition enough to run up and down the coulee. I did 3 different runs this week. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I did runs, just 3 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, just trying to make sure I don't overstress my calf muscle that ripped before, and just kind of slowly ease back into it. But it's very good to be back in my area where I used to run all the time. It's inspiring me. I definitely had a good work week this week. I mean, starting Tuesday anyway. I was still feeling kind of sick. You know, I hadn't been well for a couple of weeks. And definitely last Sunday I was in bad shape. A week ago I took kind of Sunday, rested after the walk and talk, and then Monday I didn't do too much, and Tuesday I really kicked it into gear though. And so I've done workouts, either running or working out, strength training and martial arts training in my garage every day since. And I think even later on this afternoon I'll probably go in the garage and do a few things, you know, just to keep it going, where I'm doing a little bit every day. Oh, these are black currants. Nice. I wouldn't expect a lot of currants still to be ripe, but these are pretty good. Yeah. Tasty. Well, kind of stiff and energy drained now after all of that coulee hiking. That was 11 kilometers of up and down coulees, which isn't too bad, but it's a bit of a workout, you know, a slow burn workout. I'll probably go into the garage tonight or maybe later this afternoon and do some stretching. I have a whole routine. I'm trying to remember it and bring it back and incorporate my yoga swing too, because I like playing around with the yoga swing. But in any case, I'm going to kind of shut down for the afternoon, I think, and so I want to process the video. I did take a peek at who it was on the game cam down there, and unfortunately that game cam is super sensitive. It must have just noticed moving blades of grass, and that was enough to trigger it. And so from the very time that I set it up for the next 2 hours, it took just hundreds of video clips, and then stopped. You know, I think it was between 2 and 5 o'clock. It just took so many video clips, and then it stopped. I think because the card was full, but for some reason, in the middle of the night, it went ahead and took 2 more clips. Here's what they look like. That's a mink, right? That's a mink. That's not an otter. That's a mink. So that solves it. However, I would like to get better video of that mink. I'd also like to put the camera next at that spot that I saw as we were doing the walk and talk today, where I thought a porcupine might be staying. You know, I'd like to confirm that too. But yeah, for sure, I think that's a mink. I'd like it to come all the way out. It seemed to be obviously scared of the camera and the light. You know, I don't know how intense the light is. I didn't even know it lights up, but it obviously, you know, scared that bugger. And yeah, I'm worried that, you know, I swapped out the SD card. But, you know, probably it's filling that card today with just nonsense. Maybe what I have to do is go back there, you know, this evening just before dark and put the new card in there and just leave the camera going during dark. I don't know, but I'm gonna call it an afternoon anyway and start editing that video, but not before I show you what I promised to show you, which is the traditional Blackfoot way for preparing the chokecherry as food. Of course, you know, you can just eat it like right off the bush, spit out the seeds, that kind of thing. But there is a famed recipe called Pakksinikimaan, which is crushed chokecherry. It's like a paste. So you get yourself, of course, a stone bowl and some kind of crusher. You know, you could use a hammer, you know, just like a regular carpenter's hammer. A lot of old ladies just use a bottom of a wooden the seat of a wooden chair and a carpenter's hammer, and you just smash them up, okay? Mash them. You want to crush all the seeds. Okay? You want to pop all them seeds. Chokecherries have cyanic acid in them, like cyanide. And there's some ethnobotanists who believe that tribes that have chokecherry traditionally in their diet, the chokecherry acts as a kind of a really low level, kind of a chemotherapy type of a food, where the cyanic acid will it's a preventative against the development of cancer cells. Okay? Yeah, smashed.
So it might be important to have a little chokecherry in your diet. I was sad to see on the way up. I didn't show you guys, but there's some hawthorn bushes right toward the top of the coulee that the muff is in, and hawthorn are really good for your cardiovascular system, for your heart and for your arteries, veins and arteries. And I always hope to get like a whole supply of berries and just eat a few a day, because you have to have it in your diet daily, a little bit, all the time, in order to build up and use it as a kind of a heart cardiovascular health supplement, you know. But very few berries on the bush today, and I don't think that's because I missed out on them. I just don't think they grew. I think it's been too dry, and I don't know, that those bushes don't seem happy where they are anymore. Speaking of which, the bullberries down around Pakksinikimaan as well. They used to produce so many berries. I'd go down there and harvest every year, even take students and harvest. And now it's hardly anything compared to what it used to be. Alright, so you crush up the chokecherry, and then, you know, take it out or whatever. You could make a little patty from this and dry it as a patty for storage. Of course, nowadays I just take the berries themselves, throw them into the freezer, and if I want to make Pakksinikimaan, I take some of the berries out and thaw them out and crush them. But anyway, this is the paste, and so it's got the pits in it, so you don't want to chew on it. You just want to just want to slide it around on your tongue. Swallow. And swallow all the little pits and all that stuff. You know, once you get some big chunks. I got a few. But yeah, that's it. And if, you know, taking my time here, I would have got less big chunks anyway. I was kind of going fast for the video. You got to really grind them up. A lot of people use also meat grinders. You know, I just put the chokecherries in the meat grinder, but that tends to leave big chunks of the sometimes even full pits. Not good. So I prefer actually using the old, you know, crush it with the hammer, crush it with the rock kind of style. But yeah, that's Pakksinikimaan. That is a traditional food right there. And like I say, it's supposed to be a kind of a cancer preventative as well, if you have a little bit in your diet. You don't need much, little bit.